fellow Ambazonians, the IED attack where our forces then carry them out for Bamenda for Tarinkun. As soon as see our forces they don't be able to go visit the scene. Some body parts them for the Cameroun military, they be still lie around. I think our civilian, our intelligence unit, we don't go for they get some video them for share and would do the evidence them for what it happen around the attack. I go give you video footages for part of the armored vehicle. The armored vehicle currently be packed for Mbengwi Park. Like the public dan tour and good keeper for Mbengwi Park for day. We go get one of the video footages them eventually. But this one now the aftermath for the attack. Our soldier they don't visit the scene. So a lot of things that can be picked up around that area where the armored vehicle will be vaporized, it will be completely damaged beyond repair. And we want to thank the IED unit for the Ambazonia Defense Forces, Bamenda Brigade, for the wonderful job where they do them, and they will continue to do the same job. After that IED attack will take place yesterday for inside the Kenner Junction for Mancon along Mbengwi Road, the Cameroun military, it come for the cowardly instead for come attack our boys the way they wait them, then turn their guns, they turn their anger for the population. This one it been a premeditated.
The inhabitants of Bamenda mourned today over the mass burning of houses along the street leading from the hospital roundabout Bamenda to Mbengwi, popularly known as the Mbengwi Road. The crying over houses which have been ravaged by the Cameroonian military fire is as a consequence of an explosion that occurred on that same stretch on a military armored car, leading to the death of a military general and other military personnel. The explosive is said to have been planted by the Ambazonian fighters. Among the many houses that were set ablaze in the night of December 8, 2021 is the house of one of the Cameroon Baptist Convention pastors, Chefo Ernest, of Grace Baptist Church, Mbengwi Road. According to Pastor Chefo Ernest, he was divinely spared from dying by the gun as he struggled to rescue his son, who was already in the hands of the military at the verge of receiving a bullet in his head.
One of my sons was sitting on this chair. So as I lied there, he was sitting. And then I was talking with the AD and trying to narrate what is happening, but with a low tune. Yes, the AD was on the way going, so I was narrating now. And then I heard how these boys have taken a child outside here. I don't know that the boy that was sitting with me on this chair is the one that is outside. So he had left the chair here, and when I opened the door and went outside to take his bicycle. So as he has gone out now to take his bicycle around 7 o'clock, that is when now they caught him. He's about 17 years too, he has this type of head like that. So they caught him, and that is Amber. As they caught him now, they were hitting him. Then I got up here now, the two girls that are here, asked them that, who is there? They say it's Roderick. I said, somebody that is sitting here, what is he doing out? They say he has gone out to take the bicycle. So as they break the gun now to shoot him, I opened the window and I shouted, that Pastor is my son. They said, okay, if it is your son, you come out now. As I opened the door, that's how they shot that bullet. They bent down like that. Oh, the bullet now passed. Hey. And then I say, hey, I cried again in French. Say, mon fils, vous tirez pourquoi? They say, sortez, on va vous brûler là-bas. C'est l'Amba. Vous avez envoyé de venir nous espionner. And then now his leg was already on the child's head with the gun. I wanted now to lock the door back. They say, if you lock it, they'll burn you people inside. As now, that's when they shot the second one. As I opened now the third one, they shot. Now I fell down on his feet. The one that was already there. We there now like that. I say it's my son now. They draw me. That's when they started hitting my leg with the gun. Oh. Yes, he draw me now up where the son is, and then I slept on top of my son. The one that was there say, c'est ton fils. I say yes. He said, vous êtes les Amber. I said, no, I'm a pastor. He said, oui, tu es le pasteur de Amber. Ah. Yeah, so now he hit.
So our population may gonna listen how do one a Baptist pastor how a house be targeted, then shoot you with live bullet for execute you without any investigation, just because the pikin come up outside, then nothing a pastor, but yet the open live bullet for killing. They will also be at the gunpoint for killing pikin. Another family no be survive, then kill 3 members them for one family, one a teenager, a woman. They done born over 100 houses then for inside Bamenda. They don't destroy lives. They don't burn people their property, burn their motor, entire savings of storemen. And this one, it been a premeditated action by the Cameroon military, authorized by Lele Afrique, Pobia, and they are being supported by their enablers who wants to be there to play their chop-a-chop politics, to take advantage of our people who have refused to submit under Cameroon alien rule. This one will not be in isolation. I will play on an audio from a Cameroon military attaché, where it go by the name Konda Titus.
I send this message to all the Cameroon military. As I don't always talk, if any person by mistake try for kill Cameroon military for any quartier, una enter inside that quarter, teach the people then for that quarter a lesson. Next time when they see Amber pass.
So they want a policy for Cameroon military for attack civilians, kill them irrespective of whether they control, whether they be involved for the fighting or not. The Ambazonia Defense Forces and other sister forces, their action them be targeted against legitimate targets, the Cameroon military. No civilian, Southern Cameroonians or La République, they don't be targeted with lethal force or live bullet by our forces on the ground. We act out of self-defense and we fight a legitimate cause for exert our sovereignty for the Southern British Cameroon Ambazonia, where we on our right under international law. And this is our right as a people for exert our sovereignty and our territorial integrity. We will intensify our actions and we want to inform our public. Say this activity, this collective punishment, these crimes against humanity committed by the Cameroon military under the leadership of President Paul Biya, Lele Afrique, Okwala Bilai, make them understand that these are crimes that have no justification. No justification at all. It is on Paul Biya. We will not, like the president of the governing council have said, give this war again to another generation. We will fight. We will not submit. We will not bow our head under the pressure of terrorism from Cameroon government, but we will continue to fight and will intensify our activity against them. Make the Cameroon government, Paul Biya and all their enablers, need to understand. We are not the Bamilekes and the Basa. When they kill their leaders, Umnyobe, Enyeswani, burn down their villages, chop off head of their civilians, hang them for marketplaces, cause chaos, and then the people then surrender and submit for a country where it be governed by a puppet regime managed from the French embassy. We are not the Bamilekes, we are not the Basas. We are Ambazonians. We know our right and we will not submit to terrorism, we will not submit to bully. We will fight until the last man standing to liberate our homeland. We will fight for justice for all these Southern Cameroonians that have lost their property. We will announce for our people then. We will implement a system of liberation tax. Like the president of the governing council, if done release and for notify una as well, this tax will apply for all Cameroon companies and all people they don't get acquire land when are Bamilekes and La Republic citizens by the SDO, Mr. Sofo, where we can take government land them for Southern Cameroon government, where we be designated as government land being used only for lease. Sell them for Bamileke people then cheap. Their government provide them economic advantage through loans for their credit union. We have proof that the Cameroon government have provided loans for Bamileke people within our territory to empower them economically over our own citizens. We will tax them, they will pay for the liberation. We will tax all Cameroon multinationals, they will pay for this liberation. And we ask our people them for help for supply with information about their managers and their representatives them within our territory so that they will take full responsibility for those company them, for them to comply, for pay their liberation tax. We will continue to fight. We will continue to go beyond using of IEDs, carry out raid for make sure so we will go boot out the last remaining Cameroon military will be occupying sovereign Ambazonian territory.